Hey everybody, Michael Snyder here, April 3rd, National Edition Weather Watch, taking a look at the GOES 16 infrared satellite imagery, and you can see the trough carving out over the west coast here, and this is what's going to spawn some severe weather. We got some blizzard warnings in effect. We got some fire danger going on. This storm that's moving across the central portion of the USA has really got it all here, folks. We'll take a look at some of those details here in a moment. Looking at the potential for the snow with this system as it comes across. This is an AM3 cam high-resolution model. Look at the swath of snow it paints across the Dakotas there, impacting some of Nebraska, northern Minnesota as well. So it's going to have this, powerful winter storm. It's going to have this severe weather out in front of it, and then some very dry air associated across New Mexico, western Texas here. Take a look at those details here in a moment. This is looking at dew point temperature. So you got Washington, you got Texas here, and if we put this into motion, look at all this moisture surging up ahead of this mid-latitude cyclone as it tracks across, and you can see what is known as the dry line here. Some very dry air across New Mexico, western Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. Very moist air up in front of this. This is going to spawn that severe weather as we go on in through Tuesday. There's now a moderate risk here that we'll look at here in a moment. This is what's going on above. This is 700 millibars, 10,000 feet. So if I put that into motion, you can kind of see this, what's known as a Rossby wave here. Very cold air over the polar regions here. And look at this cold air extending down across Pacific Northwest. And that's what's really going to spawn this storm that's going to impact across the northern states here with some blizzard conditions, the fire conditions down here, and the severe weather out in front of it. So pretty interesting look at the upper levels of the atmosphere here, known as Rossby waves. Google those if you want to really dive into some meteorology 101 today. Looking at the European, this is 500 millibars, up towards 18,000 feet temperatures. And I like to call these polar lobes here. And you can clearly see this polar lobe that's spawning this storm system. Severe weather with the warm air in front of it, the dry air behind it, the fire danger, and the cold blizzard conditions potentially across some of the northern states with that system as that eventually starts to move across and back up into Canada here in some of the northern states, Great Lakes, as we go on in through Thursday. This is looking at 500 millibar height. Wind speeds here and heights, and you can see that as that polar lobe moves through, you can see the gradient that gets established and the very strong winds up towards 18,000 feet. And so it's going to spawn some of the severe weather as we go through the day Tuesday across some of Iowa and Illinois. Again, pretty similar area to the last round. This is looking at current hazards. You can see those blizzard warnings in effect. You got winter storm watches. You've got the red flag warnings for fire. We've got high wind warnings. We've got wind advisories. We've got winter storm warnings. We got it all here across the western portion of the USA. And as the storm kicks off into the plains, this is looking at day one categorical outlook. You can see a marginal risk across some of Texas, some slight down across the southeast. But all eyes are on tomorrow here as another moderate risk has been issued here. There is some enhanced also down across Arkansas. Again, very similar look to the last setup coming up here. This is looking at the tornado probabilities here. You can see 15%, and the hatched area, of course, means a possibility for EF2 or greater tornadoes in these two areas here across Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, down through southern Missouri, Arkansas, even back towards eastern Oklahoma, and extreme northeast Texas. This is day three as the system pushes off. You can see it includes some areas of the Great Lakes here in Ohio. Now we're looking at the fire outlook. This is day one as all that dry air moves into western Texas and on in through Kansas. As you can see the dry line surging off to the east here with this mid-latitude cyclone spawns that severe weather across central portions of the country. And this is day four, day three, kind of highlighting that potential for that fire danger here as you go on in through Tuesday morning through Wednesday morning. This is taking a look at the European and what it's calling for as far as snowfall. And you can see this well-defined band of snow that's going to come across the Dakotas through northern Minnesota. There's probably still a chance at some freezing rain with this as it comes through Minnesota and some of Wisconsin here as well. This is looking at excessive rainfall outlook, day one. Day two, this would be going on in through Tuesday morning through Wednesday morning as the severe weather fires up. Day three, this front's going to hang back across some portions of Tennessee, down through Louisiana, back into eastern Texas. Day four, back down into Texas, kind of stationary front activity going on here. This would be Thursday morning on in through Friday morning, and this is Friday morning to Saturday morning as it continues on across some of Texas and Louisiana. And I thought I would mention this again here. I get a lot of questions about what weather stations I recommend. This is a very affordable option that is extremely accurate. It's doing very well in my comparisons versus my professional weather station equipment here. The temperature and the pressure is spot on. The ultrasonic anemometer is spot on as well. It's doing very well. And my expensive UV detection system here, this is really matching it step by step. So I'm very impressed with this system here, and it's all solar powered. You don't have to add batteries. The app is very good. It stores all the data free for you in the cloud, on the web, so you can access it whenever you want. The lightning sensor was picking up lightning strikes that were nearby my house yesterday. So a very impressive system, very affordable option here. I'll put the link down below. Make sure to get the 10% off, and it throws a couple bucks to the channel here. So anyway, yeah. I'll continue to do these, and I'll probably try to make more time for these national discussions. I'm just trying to do broad overviews right now and trying to get in the flow of things and see how this works out. But anyway, so I'll do this again tomorrow. We'll check out that severe weather outlook and see how things trend, and I will talk to you guys then.